Meet Gola, a young black furniture designer from Cape Town. Gola has always dreamed of connecting his culture to his passion, design. He runs a small business, a successful furniture design micro-enterprise, and employs a few people, mostly women. Gola and his team are part of the cultural and creative industries. You may ask yourself, what are creative industries? Creative industries are businesses and organizations that have creativity at their heart. These include, but are not limited to, architecture, fashion, photography, film, music, gaming, design, heritage, and television.
What the creative industries look like in South Africa. So a mapping study is not really a policy document, it's something that feeds into policy. So if you can't measure something, you can't manage it, you can't design policies, you can't track the policies that you have put in place to see how well they've been doing. And around the COVID period, it was also really important to track what was happening to the creative industries and their recovery.
Gola and his team are part of a great creative force of 1 million creative workers. That is 6% of all South Africa's workforce. Together, they contributed 161 billion rand to the economy in 2020 alone, just under 3% of GDP. That is approximately the same size as the agriculture sector and just slightly smaller than the construction industry. But starting and managing a creative enterprise has not been easy for Gola.
It's important for the industry to understand what the impact of their work is for their own businesses, and also, to understand what impact they're actually making to society.
In 2016, Gola moved from the Eastern Cape to the Western Cape to fulfill his long-term dream of starting his very own furniture business. While he was in the Eastern Cape, he acquired skills and techniques to equip him with tools needed to start his business. The Eastern Cape accounts for 7.5% of South Africa's creative activity, while the Western Cape accounts for 12.4%, and Gola had dreams of expanding his horizons.
So there are three main things. The first one is the contribution to GDP, so that's like the money, the rands. The second one is the people who are employed in the sector, so how many jobs are we talking about and what kind of jobs are there and what's happening with transformation and gender balance and so on. And then the third thing is international trade. So what sort of volumes of trade are we seeing South Africa exporting to other countries? Where does it go? Where do our cultural goods and services go? And then what do we import from the rest of the world?
After setting up his business and a way to develop his market, Gola often sold his locally designed and produced furniture products at local weekend markets in Cape Town. As a budding entrepreneur, Gola noticed that his business was impacted by general economic trends. The creative economy is sensitive to ups and downs of the broader South African economy. It grows quickly when the economy rises, but drops very fast when the economy slows down. Gola is no different, as his stall at the market has done better and better, and he has grown his customer base. Gola has begun to employ more people to assist him with his work. He is among the many creatives in South Africa who have created more and more jobs in the creative sector, and who have increasingly traded South African creative work internationally. He has especially grown his customer base in Europe and America, South Africa's fast-growing markets, and is adding to the growing CCI export market. Gola is running a successful business that has huge potential, already contributing to job creation and increasing economic activities in Western Cape. The creative sector in South Africa has a huge potential to grow. Despite various challenges, the industry keeps innovating and creating, building and growing its local and international market, advancing South Africa as CCI leader in Africa.
So if you're a member of the public who wants to support the arts, buy some South African art, go to the shows, log on to the online events, buy that festival ticket or the one for the online comedy show that you were thinking of, choose the South African design and promote that. When you talk about it, say, yes, my handbag was designed by a South African designer. In a way, I think we're too Afro-pessimist, right? But actually there's a huge international interest now in South African and African design and art and crafts and heritage objects. And so we should feel proud and be part of that.
To learn more about the economic impact of the creative industries in South Africa, check out the latest economic mapping study done by the South African Cultural Observatory by visiting www.southafricanculturalobservatory.org.za.